Hello everyone. In the last session, we discussed how to extract the keywords from the job description itself. And for this role of a senior front end or senior UI developer role, we actually fetch the keywords like responsive, progressive, and all these keywords over here. So in this session, we are going to discuss about how we can do the active sourcing using the Naukri portal as a tool. So let's jump to the Naukri portal, and yeah, this is how the Naukri portal looks like. I have already logged into it. For like your future references, you can get the access of Naukri portal from your employer. In certain cases, if the employer is a consulting organization, they can assign you the license for the same. And if you are going to work as an individual contributor, or else you can say as a freelance recruiter, then you need to buy these kind of licenses from Naukri itself. So moving forward, for doing the active sourcing, you can just hover over this option of fresh text on your Naukri portal. And after doing that, you just need to click on search resumes. So after clicking on search resumes, this kind of screen will appear in front of you. So this is where we actually do the sourcing part and do the search, use the search keywords for the same. So we already have the keywords with us. We have fetched these keywords in our last session itself. So let's start copying these keywords over here. So in this session, I'll be like majorly focusing on the plain search, or we can say the open search for this kind of role. In the future references, or in the future classes rather, we will be doing the Boolean searches, for which we'll be using this button. As of now, we are not using it. In the future classes, we'll be doing that. So I have selected the keyword responsive. In order to lock it, I just need to click comma. And as soon as I do it, it gets locked. Now moving to the next keyword, that is progressive and comma. I'll just copy all the keywords over here. Now you can see that there are three frameworks which have been mentioned over here, and all of them are OR to each other. So any one of these frameworks will work for us for this specific role. So what we'll do is we'll just, as of now, we'll just copy this and paste it here, same as others. As we're done with all the keywords over here. So as you can see, these keywords are the mandatory ones in the job description, and any one of these is mandatory. So rest 2 becomes optional. So in this case, what we'll do is we have a star button over here, star option. If you click on star, this will make the keywords as a must-have keyword. Okay, so it must be present there in the resume or else in the Naukri profile. Unless and until that is a true case, it won't show us the results. So we'll just click on star for all the mandatory keywords like responsive, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and these three are optional ones. So what the search result will show us is all these keywords will be present in the profile, and any one of these must be there. So any one of them will work. Now moving down, we also have an option of exclude keywords. So we are as of now hiring for developer. Let's say if we don't want a keyword like QA or tester, we can use this too. That's an option for us. But as of now, we don't need it. I'll just keep tester although, just in order to avoid the quality analyst profile or else a testing profile. Now we have a criteria of 3+ years. So as I discussed in the last session, we'll go for the experience range between 3 to 7 years. And let's say we have a location for Noida, or else we have another location of Ahmedabad. I'll just select these locations. So if you observe that we have a tick mark over here, the box has already been checked. You can uncheck it as well, but what this box actually has a role in this specific search criteria. So You have selected Noida and Ahmedabad as the current location of the candidates. However, if you're open to hire the candidates or willing to relocate to these locations, you can do that too. If you just keep this as checked, then it will fetch the results which will be like either located out of Noida and Ahmedabad, or else those people who are willing to relocate to these positions, these specific locations rather. And apart from that, we also have one more option over here to exclude candidates who have mentioned anywhere in India. In certain cases, people actually mention anywhere in India, but those are people who usually do not want to move out of their comfort zone, or we can say their state or specific locations. They don't want to go for specific locations. So just in order to avoid such profiles, we usually click on this option. But in certain cases, when there is a mass hiring going on and you are open for any location, and you have locations all across India, so in that case you can select this option too. You can just uncheck this box, exclude candidates, and it will show all the candidates who are located all across India. As of now, I'll just click on this. I'll just keep it selected. And let's say I have salary range for this specific role up to 15 lakhs per annum. And I have to like fetch the profiles who are currently drawing, let's say minimum 4 lakhs per annum, and max I can go to 10 lakhs per annum, considering that they'll be expecting some hike on that their current CTC as well. It's cost to company. So in that case, if someone is having 10 lakhs per annum as the CTC, they might expect 15 lakhs per annum. They might expect beyond that also. That in certain cases that also happens. So as of now, I'll go for 4 lakhs per annum to 10 lakhs per annum as the current CTC of these candidates. And we can select this tab to exclude those candidates who haven't mentioned their CTC on their Naukri profile. We next have a tab called employment details. If you go over here, you can see that we have an option called department. So I can see I have an option of engineering, software, and QA. I can select this, and here I can see there are multiple options available, but I'm looking for a software developer. So we have a front-end developer option, we have a full stack developer option. I can go for front-end developer, I can go for full stack developer as well, and I can go for mobile or app developer too, because all of them usually work on the front-end part as well. So that's not mandatory that they'll be only working on the front-end part, but they will have an experience into it. In industry, I can go for IT service industry, or else like software product companies. Anything will work. As of now, we don't have any restrictions for such, because there are certain companies who work into the financial services domain, but they do have their own websites, they do have their own applications where they do the front-end development or else the web development part. So as of now, I'm not restricted to any of such industries, so I'll just keep it open. I'll just make sure that all the resumes which have my specific keywords in their resume, those should be shown over here in the results. In the designation, you can put that what kind of profile you're looking for, like what kind of designation that you're targeting on. You can mention head of IT, you can mention software developer, you can mention software analyst. So any kind of designation that you're specifically looking for. That's not mandatory in certain IT rules, but could be okay a possible scenario where you're hiring for non-IT roles. So as of now, as we don't have any such designation in our mind for this specific rule, so I'll just keep it blank. Moving forward, we have an option of notice period. So this is a crucial part where you need to understand the client's requirement. So let's say if your client has a requirement of people who can join them within, like, let's say 10-15 days or immediately, or let's say within 1 month itself. So you can specifically select such criteria. So I usually go for like the least ones. So I'll select 0 to 15 days, and in max scenario, I'll go for 1 month for this specific role. You can go up to 3 months as well if your client allows and they're okay with hiring with people of 3 months of notice period. That depends case to case scenario. Going down to education details, you can select any specific undergraduate degree or as any qualification that you are looking for. And in our scenario, our client has mentioned bachelor's degree or equivalent experience in computer science or related field. So this means that either the candidate should have a bachelor's degree in computer science, or else if he has an equivalent experience in computer science or related field. So in our case, it won't be mandatory, but I'll, just to be on the safer side, I'll select the degrees which usually are related to computer science. So here we have computers. We have option called any computers degree or diploma. So this could be a rather better option. You can select the institutes. Let's see, if you are hiring only from IITs, in that case, you get all the list of IITs, Indian Institute of Technologies. So this also could be filtered out. You can also mention the education type. Let's say I need someone who has done some full-time degree from IIT. I can just select IIT over here and just select full-time over here. If you're open for part-time degrees as well, then you can just click on this as well. And the correspondence option is same available over there. So let's say someone has done some kind of certification or any course or any degree remotely without attending the institute. You can just select the corresponding course over here. So I am right now focused on any full-time degree that the candidate has, and that degree should be somehow related to the computer science domain itself. So I'm just selecting this and this option over here. You can also select the year of completion of this degree. Let's say you need someone in certain cases, if you're hiring freshers, if there's a fresher drive going on in your company or else at your client side. So in certain cases, the client actually gives you the years of passing, that they need some freshers who have done their BE or BTech or some degrees related to computer science between the year 2019 and 22. So in that case, you can just select that the person should have done the degree completed the degree between 2019 to 2022. You can just select it over here. As of now, I'm not concerned about that, so I'll just move it way back in the past. Let's say 1978, doesn't matter, because it will show all the results which are already going to be shown. So this is for the graduation part or as undergraduation part. Now moving to the post-graduation part, you can select the same options for post-graduation as well. And this is the tab which actually plays a major role in the education tab itself. So here we get two different options. So first option that is automatically showing right now is show candidates with both undergraduate and postgraduate qualification that you have mentioned. Okay. So in that case, this is the option. In this case, it will be showing that the person who have cleared the undergraduate degree with these criteria as being followed, and the postgraduate degree with the following postgraduate criteria as being followed. You can also select an option. You just need to drop down, click on the drop down list and show candidates with either UG or PG qualification. So this will make sure that the candidate either is following this undergraduate qualification or else the postgraduate qualification. Any one of them will work. So this could be a possible scenario for my specific requirement. I'll just uncheck this because I'm not even looking for the postgraduate candidates, because it's not mentioned there in the job description itself. Even the graduation will suffice. Moving down to the diversity and additional details, if I click on this, I get multiple options available here for the diversity rules. So in specific like scenarios, I have seen some companies hiring only female candidates for some specific role just to maintain their gender diversity in their organization. So it's not specifically in such scenarios we need to look for female candidates only. So you can just click over here. You can see female candidates options available over here. You can even, the best part over here that I can see in Naukri now is the person with disabilities only option. This you can check in cases where you are looking for persons with disabilities for any specific role. You can just check this. I'm not even concerned about this right now because I'm not focused on any specific disabilities right now. I'm open for any candidate who can fill this role. Candidate category that you can mention over here. You can see this usually does not go for India market right now because we are not concerned about any specific categories like this. So we'll just exclude this as of now. The age criteria also you can mention over here, that if whenever you need someone who has a specific age range, then you can specifically mention over here and you can get it in the results. So you can also mention the job type, like it is a full permanent. The you need the people from permanent job type or a permanent or like temporary contract job type. You can select it over here. You can also mention full time or part time over here. And moving to the active in option. So this part actually plays a very major role while actively sourcing. So I usually go from the lowest part, like from 1 day, then 3 days, then 7 days, and 15 days. What this actually mentions is the people who have been active in last 1 day, those only results will be shown to you in the result section. And let's say if I don't get ample number of profiles in 1 day option, then I'll go for 3 days, then I'll go for 7 days accordingly, as and when needed. And in certain cases you can't get even profiles which have been active in 13 days, ample number of profiles I mean to say. So you usually go for 6 months after that. So that also happens. So as of now I'll just go for 1 day. I'll search for the candidates. So in 1 day I've got only one profile, so I need to broaden my search. So I'll go for 3 days. Here also I'm having only one profile. I'll go for 15 days. Now I go for 30 days. So I have three profiles. So why I'm having so low number of profiles is because if I go here, I'm restricted towards notice period part. I'm restricted towards this qualification part, which is not even mentioned there in the job description. And I'll also remove this. So my major criteria here is I need someone who has these keywords, who has this experience range, who are either located out of these locations or willing to relocate to these locations. I'll also uncheck this and I'll just check it again. Now I have 50 results in my search. So let's go one by one and we'll see. So before even opening this profile, I can see that this candidate has done diploma, and the client is not looking for diploma candidates. They need someone who has done their bachelor's degree. Even if I open it, we'll see that in the results. So this resume must have been in some other format. That's the reason it's not looking that good. So we'll just download it. Give me a second, it's gonna take some time. It's downloaded. So here you can see the candidate has done the diploma as well as bachelor's of engineering in electronics and telecommunication. So yeah, this matches the criteria. The candidate has done degree in 2016. However, they haven't mentioned it on their resume, or on Naukri profile rather. They have it on their resume but not on Naukri profile. So moving down, we can see the career timeline of the candidate. In 2013, the candidate completed its diploma, and they haven't mentioned their degree, so otherwise it would also have been mentioned over here in the career timeline. In 2021, you can see the candidate has started actually working and has 1.6 years of experience into software development. So this somehow could be a problem with Naukri Pro portal. So that's the reason you need to look into the profile before making any judgment. So this candidate, although Naukri is showing the candidate has 4 years and 9 months of experience, and it has mentioned such experience in the resume as well, in the profile as well. It's not matching with the details. The candidate has started in 2021. How come they have an experience of 4+ years? So for that you need to go through their resume. Just go to the downloads. I'll open the resume again. I'll go through the career timeline of this candidate. Okay. So they have mentioned they started working in 2019. Prior to that, they were working with some company. Okay, so this candidate actually has 4+, rather almost 5 years of experience now. So this could be a potential candidate for us. So over here you can see This is the duration that candidate has worked with this company. But if you see it carefully, it's 1 year and 6 months of experience with the current organization. In the previous organization, is almost 2 years. So similarly, it's matching the criteria. So we'll go ahead and make a note of this candidate in the tracker while we are discussing it with the candidate. In the other results, we'll also see the similar kind of profiles. This profile has 3 years of experience, currently located out of Mumbai, and matching the skill sets. Like you can see JavaScript mentioned over here, AngularJS, HTML5, CSS3, and the candidate has mentioned Bootstrap in the key skills as well. So that's it. That's how you do the plain or open search for any specific skill set. In the next session, we'll discuss about the Boolean search.